This is my body transformation, and as a business entrepreneur, I've been able to get in the best shape of my life, all from home, without sacrificing any time to go to the gym. In this video, I will tell you exactly how you can achieve the same. But first, let me tell you a little bit about my story. 2 years ago, I went on a trip and it changed my life forever. I remember arriving at the hotel and it was the first time in my life that I actually experienced freedom. You see, I had no one on top of me, no boss telling me what to do. I was the one deciding how my day went, and I completely fell in love with that experience. It made me want to be an entrepreneur, have my own business in order to have all the freedom that I dreamt of. But you see, there was a massive problem. I was also out of shape. I was used to getting no attention from women whatsoever. I was used to getting no respect from men. I didn't respect myself at all. I hated my body. I hated my life. Whenever I would talk to a woman, I would always feel out of place. I would always feel awkward. I would feel like they were judging me. I would see all those men talking to women with confidence like it was nothing, but I simply couldn't. I was my number one biggest hater. In social situation, I would always feel low confidence, awkward. I would feel like I wasn't in the right place. I would feel like my body was not like good enough to be around people, and I always hated myself that way. I was feeling worthless. I thought that I wasn't worth a relationship. I thought that no woman would ever want me and my body, and the hatred that I had towards myself. I remember waking up one day, going in my washroom and just looking myself deep in the eyes. I started to beat myself. I started crying because I absolutely hated my life. I hated my body, and that was the moment that it clicked for me. I needed to change because else it would become worse. I couldn't live my whole life like this. So the next day I woke up and I was super motivated to go to the gym. I took the car, I parked the car, but as soon as I entered the doors, I told myself that I would never ever go back to the gym. And the reason was because it was packed with people. There was a line to go to the bench, the leg press, every machine were used, and I wasted hours out of my day, hours that I wanted to focus on my business. So I completely cancelled my membership. I bought every single thing I needed in order to work out from home, and I worked out from home every single day. And truly it was the best option by far for me because my two goals were met. First of all, I was able to get in the best shape of my life. My life went from 0 actually to 100. My family, my friends started to treat me as a whole new human being. They started to respect me because they knew of the work that I put on my body. They knew of the transformation that I've been through. For the first time in my life, I felt confidence. I started to date beautiful women, and my life just got 10 times better overall. I wasn't awkward anymore. I was able to talk to women with confidence. I was able to be in social situation like a normal human being. For the first time in my life, I actually respected myself. I want you to imagine this right now. Imagine your friends, your family looking at you in disbelief as you enter with a tight shirt on your arm. They can't believe the body transformation that you've just been through. They respect the work that you've put on your body, and they respect you for the first time in your life. I want you to imagine your dream woman. I want you to see her and she is actually attracted to you. You get in a relationship with her and just feel amazing. You don't feel like an imposter because you know of the work that you've put on your body. You know that you actually deserve this relationship. Now I want you to see yourself in front of the mirror. You have a six-pack, you have defined shoulder, and you just feel amazing for the first time in your life, seeing your body. You feel confident, you feel respect towards yourself, and you know of the work that you've put on this body. Your life is just 10 times better, and you feel amazing. First of all, let's talk about what is needed in order to work out from home. When I first started to work out, I had no bench and my workout were simply not good. And the reason why was that I would do a bunch of weird exercise on the floor. I would try to do the bench press, but it simply didn't work. I needed a bench. When I bought a bench, my workout was just 10 times better because now I could do all the exercise that I ever wanted to do. That is the first thing needed, is a bench. But you see, when I was younger, I trained with no dumbbells. I would do a bunch of bodyweight exercise like squats, push-up, leg raise, which are good exercise, don't get me wrong, but I just didn't gain the right amount of muscle. I didn't push myself as much as I wanted. When I bought dumbbells, my workout was just 10 times better because I was packing on muscle a lot faster. I was gaining muscle and I could push myself to the maximum. That is the second thing needed are dumbbells. When I was younger, I was absolutely weak. I couldn't even do one pull-up and I was just sick of that. I wanted to have better strength. I wanted to have a better body. So I started to make some research and I found out about the door frame pull-up bar. This piece of equipment right here changed my life forever because it allowed me to do the pull-up, the chin-up. It allowed me to have better strength and it got me in the best shape of my life. That is the third thing needed, is a door frame pull-up bar. But you see, there was a major problem. I had no mirror and my workout were not good at all. And the reason was because I had no way to review my movement. I had no way to see if I was doing good form, bad form. I thought that my movement were amazing. I thought that my form was immaculate, but it was simply not the case. When I bought a mirror, my workout was just leveled up because I had a way to make sure that I was working out correctly with the right form. And that is why it is the fourth thing needed. That is the beauty of working out at home. As busy entrepreneurs, we don't need a bunch of things in order to get in the best shape of our lives, in order to feel amazing in our body with fast and effective workouts. Just real quick, if you're a buzz entrepreneur, a buzz professional, and you want to get in the best shape of your life, but you don't have much time to work out, go click the link in the description right now to get my one-to-one coaching, and I will make sure that you achieve your goal. That is my promise. I want you to imagine me right now. I was this skinny guy that was out of shape, that was getting no attention from women, that was getting no respect from men. I absolutely hated myself. I hated my body and my life. I was absolutely sick of that. I wanted to look masculine. I wanted to look better and feel amazing in my body. So I started to make some research and I found out about the V shape. This shape right here changed my life forever because first of all, it allowed me to get any woman that I wanted. It allowed me to start beautiful women, to start dating them. It also allowed me to get the respect from men. My friends, my family started to respect me. And the third thing is that it allowed me to have the respect for myself. I was living a life that I actually liked and respected. That is why we want to focus on the V shape. In order to target that shape, I focused on the back, the upper pec, the side delts, the neck, and the lower abs. Now let's talk about some exercise that I do every single day in order to target these 5 parts of my body. For the back, I did the pull-up every single day. And the reason was because I used to work with a colleague of mine that was very attractive. I had a huge crush on her and I wanted to make her my girlfriend. One day, I went to work with her and she told me that she liked big, massive back. And that was the moment that it clicked for me. I started to do the pull-up. But you see, after a month, it wasn't even about my colleague. It was just that I saw such a massive back transformation that I wanted to continue to do that exercise. That is the first thing that I do, is the pull-up, and I highly suggest you do it. When I was younger, I used to do a lot of push-up, but I wasn't a fan of that exercise because it focused on the lower part of my chest. It just gave me a saggy look that I didn't really want. I wanted to have the masculine upper pec. So I started to make some research once again and I found out about the decline push-up. I started to do that exercise every single day, and for the first time in my life, I had the pec that I wanted. I looked more masculine and I just looked a lot better. That is the second thing that I do, is the decline push-up, and I still do it to this day. But you see, there was a big problem. I would try a bunch of different exercises and nothing would work. My shoulder wouldn't grow. Eventually, I went on a trip with one of my massive friends and I just decided to ask him, how do you build massive shoulder? Mine simply won't grow. And guess what he told me? He told me that he wouldn't train them once a week like I was doing, but every single day. And so I tried it. I did the lateral raise every day, and for the first time in my life, my shoulder were growing. That is the third exercise that I do, and I highly suggest you do it because it is just a great exercise. When I was younger, I used to be bullied by men. I used to be bullied by my own friend, and I was just sick of that. The reason why I was getting bullied was because I just looked weak. I was the easy target. I looked like a boy. I wanted to look more masculine. I wanted to look better, and I wanted to look like a man. So I started to make some research and I found out about the neck training. I found out about the neck curls. I started to train my neck every single day and it changed my life forever. For the first time, I looked more masculine. I looked like a man. I had a bigger neck. Men started to respect me a lot more. And there's 2 ways that I trained my neck. I did it laying on my back, where I would put the weight on the front of my head and it would target the front part of my neck. I would also do it laying on my chest, where I would put the weight on the back of my head and it would target the back part of my neck. These are the two ways that I train my neck, and I highly suggest you do it too because it will just make a huge difference. There's a bunch of guys that don't train their neck. They still have a skinny neck and it just looks weird in my opinion. Imagine this. I was this guy who was out of shape, that was getting no attention from women. I couldn't talk to women at all. And I saw all those men with great genetics with a six-pack attracting them effortlessly. I didn't have a six-pack. I didn't have the abs, and I was sick of that. I started to make some research. Six-pack abs workout guaranteed. I would try the 1 hour workout. I would look at my abs and I still didn't have what I wanted. And the reason was because I was going about it the wrong way. You know, the good approach in order to have a six-pack is to train them 10-15 minutes every single day. The goal is just to be consistent, and if you do like 5 minutes every day, it will be better than 1 hour per week. And that was what I was doing. So I changed my approach. I started to do 10-15 minutes, and in 2 months I had the six-pack. Now what I do are 50 leg raise and then 10 hanging leg raise. And the reason why I do these two exercises is because it targets the lower part of my abs, and that is the part to target in order to have the desired six-pack. It is far easier to have the upper part of your abs than the lower part, and that is why I focus on the lower part. But you see, there was another massive problem. My workouts are just far too long. My workout would last 2 hours, 2 and a half, and I was just sick of that. I wanted to have quick, effective workout so that I could spend more time on my business. So instead of doing 4 sets for every single exercise, 4 series, I went down to 2 sets of failure. And truly it was perfect because my workouts were fast and effective. As buzz entrepreneurs, we need fast, effective workout, and that is the way to achieve that. But you see, for a week straight, I went down to only 1 set to see my true potential, my true failure, and this allowed me to see my failure, to see my true potential. Then I went to 2 sets, and it was perfect. This is what you need to do in order to have fast workout. But you see, there was another problem. I wasn't consistent at all. I would work out for a week and then I would stop for a month. And the reason was because I didn't know how to stay consistent until I read that book. You see, in that book, I discovered about techniques to stay consistent. I discovered about stacking habits. I'll give you an example. At 6 a.m. I wake up. From 6:30 to 4:30, I do my deep, focused work. From 4:30 to 5, I eat, and from 5 to 6, I work out. You see, I stacked working out on top of something that I do every single day, which is eating. And this allowed me to stay consistent. Think about your routine right now. How could you stack working out on top of that? And I promise, if you do this, you will be consistent. Because for me, it was far easier to continue doing something, to continue my routine by stacking habits than to start to work out of nowhere. So keep that in mind. There was another big problem. My identity was not aligned with my goal whatsoever. I was always swimming upstream. My identity was pushing against my action. I knew that I needed to change that. Whenever I would work out, I would have these negative thoughts in my mind. I would tell myself, you're a loser, you are not an athlete. Why are you working out? It is not part of you. So what I did in order to change that is I reversed these thoughts. Instead of having these negative thoughts, I would force myself to put positive thoughts. I would tell myself, you're an athlete that is very constant because yesterday you had a great workout. If you repeat that, your mind will start to accept it, and that is exactly what happened to me. Then I added proof to this by working out, and my identity was rock solid. My friends, my family started to treat me as an athlete, and then it was just easy for me to work out because it wasn't even special, it wasn't even weird for me, it was just part of me. You must change your identity, because if you don't, you will always swim upstream and it will be very hard to reach your true potential. Something that helped me a lot was to stay motivated, because if I am being honest with you, I absolutely love motivation. I love to be driven to do something. In order to achieve that, I made a list of every single thing that would happen to me once I would get in the best shape of my life. The kind of woman that I would attract, the way men would treat me and respect me, the way I would carry myself with confidence. I would imagine myself on a beach with a six-pack, with a defined shoulder, and let me tell you, every single time I did that exercise, I wanted to work out straight after I had the motivation that I needed to push harder. This is your action step right now. Put pause on this video, take a piece of paper and write every single thing that would happen to you once you get in the best shape of your life. Imagine the kind of woman that you will attract. Imagine being in a meeting, the way men treat you, the way men respect you. Because let me tell you, once you get in shape, your life will just get 10 times better, not only in the physical area, but in every single area of your life. So imagine this, visualize your life with your dream body, and I promise you'll have the motivation that you need. I started to visualize specific moments in my life. For example, each year I go back to the father side of my family for Christmas. I would visualize entering the house with a tight shirt on my arm, the way they would treat me, the way they would respect me. Now let's talk about diet. When I was younger, I thought that it was impossible to eat healthy and tasty food. But see, I was completely wrong, and this is the proof. This is a recipe that I cook every single day. It tastes amazing, it is fast, effective, very, very healthy. It is the proof that you just need to know how to cook the right food. Later in the video, I will tell you a pancake recipe that I cook every single day, so stay until there. I remember waking up one day and the first thing that I ate was red meat, avocados, and a bit of olive oil. Later that day I started to work out and I just had the best workout ever, and the reason was because you see, the good fat is the base of the hormone of testosterone. It is the base of that hormone, and if you don't know about it, the testosterone will just make your workout a lot better. It will make you gain more muscle, and that is why we want to eat good fat. Ideally, you want to eat nuts, red meat, avocados, olive oil. But you see, when I was younger, I would eat a lot of bad fat, a lot of McDonald's, and the only thing that it did for me is that it made my insulin go up. And if you don't know about it, the insulin is the hormone that will make you gain fat. It is the hormone that we do not want in our body. And that was not my goal at all. I didn't want to gain fat, I wanted to gain muscle. We do not eat McDonald's, we do not eat fast food because the whole industry is completely fucked. It is poison food, it is completely toxic. So keep that in mind when you want to eat McDonald's, when you want to eat fast food. You're accepting to poison your body. But you see, there was another major problem. I didn't eat enough protein. I would work out and then I would feel sore for 2-3 days, and I always asked myself why. The reason was because I would break the muscle whilst working out, I would crack the muscle, but then I wouldn't repair it by eating the right amount of protein, so I didn't gain as much muscle as I wanted. In order to change that, what I started to do is eat 10 eggs a day. I started to eat meat every single day, and let me tell you, I was packing on muscle a lot faster. Ideally, you want to eat 0.82 grams per pound of body weight. But if you eat 10 eggs a day, if you eat meat, chicken every single day, you will be on the right amount of protein. That is my promise. Now let's talk about the pancake recipe that I do every single day. It is 1 banana, 3 eggs and a half cup of oats. I put that in the blender, I blend everything, I put a little bit of butter in a frying pan, put the mixture in the frying pan, I turn it at about 3 minutes, and it just tastes amazing. It is fast, effective, high protein, perfect for you as an entrepreneur. Try it and I promise you will absolutely love it. This is my body transformation, and the reason why I show you that picture is because I want to tell you that now my life is 10 times better. My life has completely changed now that I'm in that shape. I can attract women, I can get the respect from men, and for the first time in my life I actually respect myself. I love myself and my body. It is good to have all the money in the world, but if you're not in shape, you're not maximizing your life. Once again, if you're a buzz entrepreneur, buzz professional, and you want to get in the best shape of your life, go click the link in the description right now to get my one-to-one coaching. I have made the exact thing that you need for your needs. That is all for today, and I wish you a good day.